Let's make a plan to prepare for USCIS fee increases coming our way starting April 1st. If you are an employer, an HR professional, global mobility professional, now is the time to make a plan for those foreign nationals that you employ or that you may be hiring in the near future to make sure that you don't have to pay more than you actually have to for these immigration filings. So, first of all, the USCIS fee increases are going to become effective April 1st, 2024. So less than 2 months, but we have some time to plan, some time to put together a realistic plan to take action and to not have to pay more fees. So first of all, the filing fee, the H-1B cap filing fee, the registration fee rather, will be $10. It will not be the higher amount of $215, which it will be next year. So if you have individuals that are eligible for the H-1B lottery that you need to register, you may want to go ahead and consider doing it this year because the registration fee will be $10 rather than $215. Not a huge difference in the whole big scheme of things, but it can definitely add up. The next thing to know is that if you have H-1B petitions that are selected in the H-1B lottery, by the time you're able to file those petitions, the higher fee structure, new USCIS fee structure will be in effect. So it becomes effective April 1st. That's the first day we can file selected petitions. So we will need to pay the higher fee, the different fee structure beginning April 1st. But in the meantime, look at your foreign national talent pool that you have now. Look ahead to see, are there extensions that you can file now before April 1st? Most of the time, we can file an extension of various non-immigrant statuses up to 180 days before the current expiration. So look ahead and see what you can file now before April 1st in terms of extensions, amendments. Look ahead to see what your hiring plans are. I have talked to a client this week who anticipates bringing someone on board in May, but we can actually file that H-1B petition now to take advantage of the current fee structures. Look and see what's in the pipeline now, what is being prepared now, and make sure that you're able to file those petitions. I know we have a number of petitions that we're looking to file before April 1st so that our clients can use the current fee structure and not the new fee structure on April 1st. Look at your budget, your immigration budget, your legal fee budget, or rather your filing fee budget, and see what you might need to revise. There are going to be some cases that you're not able to file until after April 1st, perhaps people that you don't know yet that you're hiring or extensions that you're just not able to file yet, and make sure that you've built into your budget, your company budget, the increased filing fee amounts. Look at batch perm filings. So if you are a company that has a large number or even a relatively small number of perm filings, which is the employment-based green card process, look at filing those together if you are not doing that already. By that, I mean, we have several corporate clients who hire for the same position over and over and over again. These are foreign nationals that need to be sponsored for the perm process. We're able to do what's called batch recruiting. So that means we place one newspaper ad and the rest of the recruitment for multiple positions, and that cuts down on the recruiting costs at least. It's not going to save you, obviously, with the I-140 filings down the road, but that's a way to streamline the process, which makes employees happy and to potentially reduce the cost of that particular process. Look at your written policies. You should have a written immigration sponsorship policy. It can be flexible, but you should have at least a framework, something to look at when a person, a foreign national, approaches you and asks for different sponsorship types. So look at that and see if you want or need to change that written policy in terms of who pays what fees. So with a lot of immigration filings, for example, the perm filing and the H-1B filing, by regulation, the employer does have to pay the filing fees, the legal fees and the government filing fees. But there are other types of filings that don't necessarily have to be paid by the employer. So for example, the fees for dependents. So for H4, L2, E2, whatever the dependent status is, those can be paid for by the employer. And it's definitely a nice perk if you're able to do that, but they don't have to be. Likewise, sometimes the I-140 filing fees or legal fees don't necessarily have to be paid for by the employer. You may want to transfer those to the employee. Same with the I-485 fees and certain other fees as well. Definitely have a conversation with me or another qualified immigration attorney before you implement those changes to make sure that the fees that you're transferring or thinking of transferring to the employee are permissible to have them pay. But it's absolutely a possibility, and could be a good way to adjust your budget, stay within budget to accommodate these fee changes that are coming up. And finally, anticipate some litigation. So one of the big changes with these filing fee increases with USCIS is this asylum fee. So this fee that is tacked on to certain I-129 filings, which of course includes the and other I-129 based filings, and the I-140 filing. So there are going to be additional fees that are tacked onto that depending on the size of the company and other factors. But I anticipate that there will be some litigation about that. That is a rather controversial move by USCIS to have businesses and people, employment-based cases to support the asylum program. So I anticipate there'll be some litigation, so that may change in the future. It may not. It may remain in place, but it is possible that that would change in the future. So bottom line is, it is not too late to plan ahead, to put together a plan to make sure that you are maximizing the dollars in your budget set aside for immigration sponsorship purposes. If you have questions, I am here to help. My name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law. We're based in Richmond, Virginia, and we have clients all over the United States, throughout Virginia, but also all over the United States, and of course, around the world. We help businesses of all sizes, primarily small to medium businesses, including but not limited to startups, navigate the complex US immigration process for their employees, to help them attract and retain talent and keep them happy, streamline the immigration process. We also help families and individuals navigate the US immigration system. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out, send us an email at info@sumnerimmigration.com, and we'd be happy to help. Otherwise, I will be live again next Tuesday at noon. Until then, take care.